Hi, Rich Spezzano here from Digitally Fearless, and today we're going to create this molten gold arm, which can be in any color. You can use silver also, but we're going to try and create this arm, and we're going to do that by using this arm here and this water drop photo. Both are in the descriptions below if you want to use the same photos. So let's get started. First, what I'll do is I'll take this water drop photo and we'll use that as your background, and then we're going to take this arm photo, and what we'll choose here is the selection brush tool, and we'll just select the arm. It doesn't have to be a perfect selection because the arm will be distorted with the gold anyway, but let's see the best we can get it. Let's see, a little bit more maybe here on the edge and here, and I think that looks pretty good, and we'll hit refine and apply. And now we will do Command or Control J. We'll duplicate that, and now we'll select that image and copy. Command or Control C, or you can do Edit, Copy, either one, and go to that water drop photo and paste it right in. So here we go. Now we have an arm. We have to decide where we want to place it. I'm enlarging it so that this will go into the hole right here. And maybe we wanted to punch that ball. That's kind of a cool effect, I think. So let's just do that. Just about there. Now let's create a mask on it. And you select the mask, and with a soft brush, I'm going to keep the opacity up, but I'm keeping the hardness down. I'll use a black brush, and we'll get rid of what we don't need down here, and we'll kind of do a little bit of a swoop. We can fix it afterwards, but we'll kind of do like it's coming out of the ground there, just like that. Yeah, maybe. Whoop. If you want, you switch from white to black with the keyboard shortcut X and just add a little back in right here, and then X again is black. And for now, I think that works. We can always fix it later. Yeah, I like that. All right, so now that we have that, I am going to actually right-click and rasterize that layer because I don't want the mask there anymore. So now we have a rasterized layer. So what we need to do now is desaturate, turn it into a black and white. So to desaturate, you could go up here into hue and saturation levels, or the keyboard shortcut for that is Control or Command U, and that opens that HSL, and we just bring the saturation all the way down. And we only want that to affect the hand. So we move it into the hand, we clip it into the hand. So now what we do is do Control or Command J, duplicate that, and go to the blend mode of difference. And now we invert that. So it's Control or Command I. It doesn't look like much difference, which is fine. So we select the two again, we group it, we rasterize it, and then we duplicate it with Command J, go to difference. We're just repeating the process. Go to difference, and then select that and do Control or Command I to invert it. And that's looking pretty cool. So we have to decide whether we want to keep it there or go a little lighter. I think I'm going to try one more time. So once again, we select both of them, we group it, we right click, we rasterize it, then we do Control or Command J, we go to difference again, and then we go Control or Command I to invert it, and I think that looks pretty cool. So if you really wanted to do a silver molten one, that would be the way to go in this particular case. But there's a lot more work we have to do on this. So let's select the two again, group it, and then rasterize it, because we want this to just be a rasterized layer, because we need to get rid of some of this fuzziness on the edges. But we'll handle that later. So now the next thing we want to do is the background. We are going to do the same process, but it may not need as many times. Each photo, you have to use your judgment. So we will duplicate it, Control or Command, oh, I'm sorry. First we will Control or Command U, and we'll desaturate it. You see, this is a little bit lighter here, so it may work differently, or we may need to use levels, but let's try this right now as it is. We'll clip it there, and then we will Control or Command J. We duplicate it, we go to Difference, just like we did before, and then we Control or Command I. And actually, I think that might be the way to go. I don't think we need to go any further with that. You know what? We can try one more time, but then we can undo it if we don't like it. So let's try it again. We'll group it. Oops, sorry. Control the two of them. Control or Command G to group. Control or Command J to duplicate. We're going to change that to Difference, and then we invert. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, I think I like that. So, okay, we'll go with that. I don't know what these spots are. It's probably what was in the photo. So, we'll work on that afterwards. Okay, and now, once again, we have to select the two of them, group it, and then rasterize it so we can work with these levels. All right, so now we have the hand and we have the background. And those are the only two levels. So the first thing we'll do, I think, is with the hand, we will we'll do effects on the hand, and we'll choose a gradient overlay on the hand. We're going to change that to color, and we have to pick some kind of gold color. Now you can always go online and pick some gold and decide what color gold you want to use and pick the colors from there, but I'm just going to wing it with my eye a little bit. So we want to be kind of in, you can actually go to copper too, but we want to right now be more in maybe like that, and then I think the other one a little bit more yellow. So let's see. Again, I'm just playing around till I can figure out a color that I like. Not sure I like that. Let's see. Okay, maybe this one shouldn't be so in the orangey. Maybe it should be closer to the brown. I think I'm liking that a little bit more. And let's go back to the yellow. And let's see the yellow family. I'm going to choose that. Again, use your own judgment. You can pick any color you like. So I'm going to go with that color. Make sure the blend mode is on color up here, and then close. And now let's take the background. No, actually we're going to take the first one and we're going to say edit, copy, and then we take the second one, the background layer, edit, and we're going to paste effects. Now the effects are a little too bright for me on that background. Whoops, sorry. So we hit effects, and maybe we can change the color, but what I really think I will do is just lower the opacity, like maybe like that. That's pretty good, I think. I can also move this a little bit more like that. So each one is going to look a little bit different depending on how you decided to do it yourself. Actually, I don't think I like that. I think that's too bright on the yellow. I think I will lower the yellow. So maybe the yellow. Nope, I'm going to undo it. I'll bring it back to where it was when we started. All right, let's work it here. Then I can do a color overlay on top later on, so we'll figure that out. All right, so next, let's select the arm and create a mask. And select the mask and make sure you use a paintbrush, a soft paintbrush with a hardness of 0. And if your things are in black and white, just hit D to turn your colors to black and white. If you don't know that, check out my 20-tip tutorial on how to get to black and white. And we want to now paint with black on the mask. And so what we'll do here is we're going to fade out this bottom and make it look like it's coming out of this liquid. And you could even maybe just couple of little bumps here and there. And if you don't like it, you switch with the keyboard shortcut is X, turn it white, and you can bring some of that back. And I think I'm okay with that right now. We will darken this all and shade it later, but let's just get the main details first. All right, so now I need to rasterize this one more time. And not preserve the layers, so it's just we just want it to be a pixel with no mask or anything. And now we're going to go to Liquefy. Liquefy persona is up here. Okay, so we're in Liquefy. I'm using the left bracket to lower. I'm going to get rid of the mesh. The mesh should not be showing. I don't know why it is. There it goes. And I'm going to get a close-up of the hand. And what we're doing is, remember, we're only liquefying the hand right now because that's what we selected. So we're going to do the push forward liquefy, make the brush a little smaller, and we're going to start dragging down like this. Maybe push it in a little bit so that the bottom is a little longer like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. And maybe I'll do one more right here just to make it look like it's melting a little bit. Okay. Now I was originally going to pull down some liquid in the thumb and in the knuckle, but when I tried it, then the hand also moves. So what we have to do is say apply up here, and then make sure you're on that hand layer, and then we'll get a little bit closer. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just grabbing the lasso tool and drawing like around where I want it to liquefy. So let's do that. And we hit the select, and then we do Control or Command J, which only gives me the thumb. Deselect. In fact, I'll type thumb here just so we don't get confused on the layer. And I'll do one more, go back to the hand, and let's grab one of the knuckles, maybe, I would say maybe this one right here. So I'm going to grab the lasso tool, and do that again. And then Control or Command J, and I'll write knuckle. Okay, and deselect them all. So let's do the thumb first. Select the thumb, go into Liquefy, bring it down, and now let's say we want something dripping from the thumb right here. And the reason I did it separate is if I did it all together with the hand, all of this would have came down. It wouldn't look like it was dripping off the thumb. And I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to squeeze it in a little bit, like it's dripping off. I like that. And then say apply. And then we'll go to the knuckle. And once again, we're going to liquefy. Bring it down again. I don't know why it keeps starting off with that big one. But the knuckle's up here, so let's bring some of that knuckle down. Get a few drops coming out of that. I don't want it so perfect, so I'm kind of shaping it a little bit like that. And apply. And now let's back it up and see what it looks like. All right, I'm liking that look. So now let's take all three, group it, right click, rasterize. Now the hand is still one piece, just like that. And let's get a close-up, and let's maybe take a couple of those drops. So now we're selecting the hand and we're lassoing it again. And I will take maybe this one. And then let's do Control or Command J, and we'll call it drop. And let's move that maybe, oops, deselect and move that somewhere. Let's back it up so we can see what we're doing. A little bit closer. There we go. All right, so let's move it maybe somewhere like down here. Get a little closer. First, we'll erase some of these edges. So it looks like it's kind of coming out of there. I'll lower the opacity on the eraser as I'm going this way. So it looks like it's coming, and maybe I'll do a different blend. I'm thinking maybe average. No, not enough. Average is not bad. Let me go down the line. We'll check. Again, each one is a little different. You have to make your own decision on that. Not really sure on this. Let's see. Glow, no. Maybe I'll do average. Let me see what'll happen. I'm not 100% sure if this will work, but how about a little bit of an outer shadow? And we'll see if that makes any difference at all. Let's try that. That's not so bad. It looks like a little bit of a shadow here. And maybe we can still fade it a little more on top with the eraser and go really, really small, low opacity. I could have also used a mask, but I didn't feel like it was worth it for this particular case. Okay, I'm okay with that. That's not bad. And let's try, let's back her up, see what we look like. That's not bad. And then we'll try another one. We'll take from the top one here. I think I'll use that one. So this time let's pick the selection tool here. No, I don't like that. Let's just lasso it. It's much easier. I'll get close. And we'll just grab that like that. Draw a line around it. Like that. Okay. And Control or Command J. We're also going to say drop 2 maybe. Deselect. Bring it back. Choose where we want it to be. It's very dark compared to the rest, so we got to see if we can get this to work. Before I fade it, let's find a color mode that might work. Soft light's not bad, and overlay's not bad. Let's see. I'm going to see overlay, and then maybe I'll duplicate it. No, that doesn't work. So I'll do overlay, and I will also, actually first let's go back to normal, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a shadow, same as I did with the other one, so you can see the difference. I'll add a little radius here, and a little offset. Okay. And then we will go to overlay, And then you could see a little bit there. And let's get closer. I don't like the outside, so we're going to, well, let's make sure that shadow is on one side. That's all we want. Okay. And offset is over there. Okay. Like that. Okay. And then we want to fade this into it, just as part of that, and maybe even a little there. Okay, not terrible. I think I can live with that. And I think now we will take the whole drawing, everything in here, because we need to do some dodging and burning. So let's take everything and we'll say layer, merge visible. So that gives you a brand new layer on top. Let's group these and hide it. We're not using the originals anymore. So now we have one solid layer. Let's add a new layer and paint with black. I'm just going to start painting with black here with a 10% flow. And the more I paint, the darker it gets. So I'm just trying to get a feel. This side should be darker because more light's coming from the other side. Up here should be darker. And then down here I want it really dark because it's coming out of a dark molten hole. So I'm going to just keep on going until I get it as dark as I like it. Okay, so now I think I'll crop it. Yes, I think it's just not looking right to me. So let's do the crop so that the focus of the hand is right there. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. Let's grab that. And we'll move it this way. Or I could do that way. Maybe we'll do that way. Okay. I think I'll do that way. The other one I did, the first one I did it on the other side, but I kind of think I like this look. So let's crop that. Something like that. And then I think we'll do over the top, we'll add a new fill layer. And we want it to be overlay. And now with this new fill layer, this is where you have choices to make it all different kinds of colors. And of course we could turn down the opacity on that, but that's how you can get the golds to be closer to each other. You want to go into coppers, you can do kind of like this, but I'm going to be sticking with something to this effect, I think. Maybe like that, and I'll cut down the opacity a little bit. I think that's kind of okay. And I think we're done. I think this is it. So that's how you create metallic looks, molten metallic look in this particular case. And you know, this is, oh wait, I got one more thing. I don't like this thing right here. So let's take, in this case, we can use the, which tool is it? I can't find it. We'll try the in-painting brush. We'll just go like this and see. Oops, I'm on the wrong layer, of course. There we go, the in-painting brush right here, and see what happens. And it's gone. Okay, so that's how you create a molten thing. I hope you like this. Please click like. And I want to thank everybody because I'm doing this for a little bit less than 3 months. I've never really done YouTube channel before. And you seem to like my lessons because we just passed the 500 subscription mark. So thanks so much. I really appreciate this, and you have a good day.